All right, well, we got the old Roadmaster pretty well trimmed down here for the first test fit. It's not perfect. I'm sure we've got quite a little bit more trimming to do on it, but hopefully we got it enough that we can go ahead and get the old Blue Goose mated up to it and see what else we need to do. What I did was we're going to leave the outer rocker panels of the Buick Roadmaster intact at this point. In theory, what I'm thinking, the old 57 should come down with the outer rockers of it, with the top side of them coming down just on the outside of this pinch weld. These outer Buick rockers are actually a little wider by like 1/4 of an inch of the inner dimensions of the lower pinch weld on the 57, but I'm thinking that it'll only be like a little bit over an 1/8 inch or so of stretch to be able to slide down over these actual outer rockers. So we can come down, and in the 57 will actually sit right along this whole rocker panel area. I went ahead and trimmed the front down to the same length as the 57, since this would have been extended out further for that kind of more of a longer toe board area that these had, for you to have more foot room or whatnot. And as far as the rear of it here, I went ahead and took the outer wheel wells, or the wheel tubs, off of this. It had a little rot on both sides from probably kicking up salt and stuff on the Roadmaster, so we'll have to do a little repair on that when we take it back off, and which is not a big deal because these were kind of squared off anyways, and the 57 is going to be kind of rounded. But it should come down and fit this area pretty good, at least according to the measurements. And I went ahead and made a cardboard template of the trunk floor area on the old 57 that I had in high school. And I kind of rough cut everything out here in the trunk area where I think it should pretty much come down to. Now, the only thing I didn't do was cut off these frame rails here. I think we might have to. They might be sticking up too high. It's kind of hard to tell without actually getting the car set down on here. But I'm pretty sure we're going to have to do some more trimming in this area here. But we'll try to sit it down on there and see how close it is. So I guess we're going to go ahead and shove this thing outside so I can wheel the old cart over here and get the Blue Goose lifted back off, and then we'll pull this Roadmaster back in and try to get her set down on there. Alright, I guess we got the Roadmaster chassis back in here. The Blue Goose is over there, kind of halfway lined up. We'll get her straightened up a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and see how she does on her first landing. Alright, it looks like we're kind of hanging up a little bit on those rocker panels that I was talking about, so this might not work. I'm going to go over here and I'll kind of show you what we have going on. It's almost easier to see it now than when I was trying to explain it to you before, but like I said, this is pretty much, let's see here, this is pretty much the outer area of the old 57 rock. Oh, there we go. Kind of get to pry over. This is where I said it was going to be a little bit narrower, but I figured we could flex it over this Roadmaster rocker. And when it's all said and done, this pinch welded area, this little 90-degree flap here, should be down below this actual curve radius. It should be about level with right in here at the bottom of this factory rocker. So it should fit down and go back into the natural position here. So I'll go ahead and set this back over there and continue trying to set it down. I didn't know if we was going to be able to get it to pop down or pop onto the outside of that or not. So let's see if we can set her down a little further now. Well, it's hung up on that outer rocker again. Hopefully we can get it to go on down. Pretty much down now. All right, well, it's sitting down on there. It didn't go quite as smooth as I'd planned, but they say any landing that you can walk away from is a good landing, so I guess we're still going. So I'll flip this camera around and we'll kind of do a walk around and see how it looks. All right, it doesn't look like I was going to have to cut them the frame off after all. It pretty well just landed straight down on the inner rockers in there. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but that inner wheel wells kind of came right along like I was kind of planning on there, on both sides. That inner flap that the two-door hardtop has, it's kind of bent up a little bit. I'm going to have to reshape it a little bit if I even leave it. And all that basically is a filler panel to make up the difference on the floors of these 57s, like I said, between the sedans and the hardtops, because the hardtop seats set forward a little bit extra. So they just kind of put that little filler panel in there to space the seat forward a little bit. So as you can see, it's kind of got a a gap here, and it looks like I got a little carried away on my cardboard template, at least at this point. I might have to, but I was gonna have to do some filler or add some material there anyways. And then this side's got a little bit bigger gap because they had originally, that's kind of shaped a little different for the gas tank filler on the trifives. But overall, the main part of the wheel tubs are going to be covered with that pinch weld area there. So that looks like that might work out pretty good. I haven't had a chance to really sit back and look at anything else. But I'll show you guys kind of what I was talking about on the inside here. If you can kind of see. I don't know if you can tell or not. There's the pinch weld of the Roadmaster is right here, and then right over here is your rocker panel. So a guy could actually almost massage those two together and then spot weld them, or you could actually come in with like a piece of 10 gauge 1/8 inch material, cut you a strip that goes all the way along there front to back, and just weld it on both sides. You'll drill some holes and spot weld it on each side, or you could just drill clean through and plug weld it. So I think that ought to attach the body down pretty good as far as that goes, if you didn't want to channel it any further. And I was kind of looking at it when I glanced by. It's kind of looking, it looks like that, if I get the light here, this area where the back seat goes came out almost exactly where it does on a 57. So that looks like that's going to be real nice. We're going to have to come in here and do, like I said, a little filler work right here in this corner, which I was kind of anticipating on that anyways. That way we can go ahead and get that little bit of a rust issue repaired. And it looks to me, just kind of eyeballing it, that the old back seat's going to sit almost exactly where it needs to on the bottom side too. So I'm going to have to get this kind of get some tape measurements done on here and kind of get a better idea on stuff. But I'm gonna shut the phone off and roll the car backwards so we can get kind of a better look at the side view. Well, I got the old Blue Goose rolled back here where we can get a little bit better look at it. And overall, I'd say it doesn't look too awfully bad, other than those big donuts that's under it. It kind of sets it up a little bit too high. But on the next video, I'm going to go ahead and get a fender mocked up on it and some old school mags on it to kind of get a little bit better look, so I can get the wheel well location figured out, since there is a little bit difference on the wheelbase between the Roadmaster and the 57. Well, on a stock Tri-5 Chevrolet, the wheelbase is 115 inches, and on this Caprice or Roadmaster chassis, they're 115.9, so it's just a little less than an inch difference. So it's what I'm hoping for, is being able to cheat it by leaving the front wheel just a little bit further out, since I'm going to try to have it lowered down to where it would be the appearance of a Tri-5 on 2-inch drop spindles anyways. With the contour of the fender on them, it doesn't usually look too bad if the wheel is setting forward just a little bit. So that's our plan. So on the next video, we're going to see what we can get by with. And I also noticed that when I picked my phone up here, when I shot half of this video here, it looked like it was right-hand drive again. And then I noticed in some of the comments and some of the other videos I posted that it looked like right-hand drive sometime, and sometimes it was left-hand drive. And I finally figured it out. It was the way I had my phone facing. And since I'm not very tech savvy, I didn't know that at the time. So I'm going to try to not do that again. And I apologize to everybody that's been wondering what the heck's going on there. And Also, like I said, I've been starting to watch a lot of YouTube and stuff. And man, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. A lot of guys building hot rods and stuff. And I was looking at one here. Oh heck, it's been like 3 weeks ago or so, and it's Iron Head Garage. Old Chris is building a '55 Chevy Gasser, and it's a solid old car. It looks like the original paint on it. It has perfect patina on it. It's a two-door sedan Bel Air, and he went ahead and straight axled it, big blocked it, and it looks really cool. So if you get a chance, you might go to his channel at Iron Head Garage and check it out if you're really into the 55s. So, and I also want to tell everybody thanks that's been watching all my videos. It's been great. Like I said, the comments are awesome, and I'm going to try to hurry up and get another one out. I apologize for taking so long on this one. I've had a whole bunch of other stuff going on with my job, so we're going to try to push them out a little faster and go from there. So until next time, we'll talk to you later.